these YouTube commenters onto something? Well, I have a reaction. Welcome to my photography business channel. My name is Rosh. I'm a professional photographer and I share ideas to support you to grow your photography business. And our mission together is to improve the photography industry. So if that's your mission too, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified the next time I upload a video. I recently created a video reacting to answers on Reddit. So that went pretty well actually, so I thought I would create another video about people's comments as it relates to photography pricing that I found on YouTube. If you haven't seen the Reddit video, I'll link to it at the end of this video. Here's a great comment to start us off. If you're too busy, you're too cheap. I thought that was pretty good. I've heard that before, and there's some truth to it. Even if you're a high-priced photographer and you've done what you're supposed to do, which is develop your brand, so you can increase your prices. However, if you're still really busy, even as a high-priced photographer, chances are you can raise your prices even more. And it's definitely true if you're a lower-priced photographer and you're really busy. You're probably too cheap, and you very well may be really busy and you may think you're successful. But being busy as a photographer but not ultimately making a profit as a photographer doesn't make you a success. Busy is not successful. A profitable business, in other words, more coming in than going out, now that is success. Charge as much as they are willing to pay. I'm not so sure that's the best way to grow a profitable photography business. How much are they willing to pay? Well, then that's my price. That is the world of the commodity photographer. Yes, it's true, there's the world of supply and demand. That is a factor, and the market does play a role in photography pricing, depending on where you live, the cost of goods, all sorts of different factors. But one of the biggest factors as it relates to how much people pay for a photographer has to do with brand. So there are photographers who have big brands and they command big prices. If you're not playing the brand game, you're probably paying the commodity game. How much are they willing to give me? Here's a good one. Too many options definitely create issues. So less options is totally best. And I totally agree. Don't confuse people. Keep it simple. Make it easy to do business with you. The more packages, the more pricing options that you give people, the more confused they will be. It's your job to guide them to the right option. You are the expert. Now, there's nothing wrong with giving them a couple options, but not a long list. Make it easy to do business with you. Here's a long comment, but an important comment. Listen closely. Having spent years in the business world, photography aside, I'm surprised by the number of people that really have no idea what their costs are. Now, the next commenter doesn't think that statement is valid. I'll share my reaction after I read this. Much of what you say is wrong. Pricing is not predicted on your costs or expenses. No one cares about your problems. Pricing is always based on the value to the client. There is an argument about the cost of doing business philosophy that really we shouldn't be worrying about that, because the bottom line is it's brand, and it doesn't matter. If people won't pay you your cost of doing business, then that's just too bad. Well, the fact is you have to understand your cost of doing business. Otherwise, you're not going to be in business very long. Both are correct. You need to understand your cost of doing business, but also the value of the brand, the value that you bring to the table. If you want to be a high-end photographer, you need to set the precedent, help people understand your value or develop their reputation. That's what your brand is, your reputation. And if you can develop their reputation, people are willing to pull that old dusty money out of the bank account and give it to you to invest in something they see value in. Neither of these comments are incorrect. The problem is you can't just live off one or the other. You have to understand both to be a successful photographer. Now, none of these comments were from my YouTube channel specifically, but there are a lot more great comments out there to react to, so I'll probably do a few more. But let me end on this one. How long did it take you to build and set your prices? The thing is, it shouldn't take you that long once you start to actually photograph. And chances are you will start off low and maybe undervalue your photography. But the key is that you learn fast, because if you don't learn fast, you will not be in business very long. So do your cost of doing business. Test the marketplace. Develop your brand. Remember, developing your brand, your reputation, will take a long time. It's not an overnight event, but you do need to work on it every day so that value compounds and your reputation develops as quickly as possible. It can be done in 6 months, a year, or 5, 10 years. Everyone is different, but you do need to stay in business to make it to the point where you are a high value photographer. I'll see you in the next video.